Welcome to Pastor's Chat today. Well, we're in the exciting book of Revelation. We just looked in chapter 4 where we saw all of creation worshiping the Creator. Now in chapter 5, we're going to watch as all of creation and all the creatures of the earth worship the Redeemer, Jesus Christ. Oh, as I was looking at this passage, I couldn't help but think of that verse in Philippians chapter 2, where one day, because of the obedience of Christ going to the cross and dying, Christ who became a man, who became a servant, and because of his obedience to the Lord God Almighty, it says that he is given a name that is above every name, and one day every knee will bow, things in heaven, things under the earth. Every tongue will confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, to the glory of God the Father. Well, I believe that's what's going to take place in this chapter. So let's read Revelation chapter 5, verses 1 through 5. And I saw in the right hand of him who sat on the throne a scroll written inside and on the back, sealed with 7 seals. Then I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, "Who is worthy to open the scroll and to loose its seals?" And no one in heaven or on the earth or under the earth was able to open the scroll or to look at it. So I wept much because no one was found worthy to open and read the scroll or to look at it. But one of the elders said to me, "Do not weep. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the Root of David, has prevailed to open the scroll and to loose its 7 seals." Now, as we come to this scene in heaven, it seems that the focus has now shifted to a 7-sealed scroll in the hand of God. And the scroll could not be read because it was rolled up and sealed with 7 seals. This reminds us of a Roman will that people would have known about in those times of John. It was like a Roman will. John couldn't see the writing on both sides of the scroll, which meant that nothing more could be added. What was written was complete and final. It was written on the front, it was written on the back, it was full of writing, it was complete, it was final. And I'm telling you, God will have the final word on that day. The scroll represents, I believe, Christ's title deed to all that the Father promised him because of his sacrifice on the cross. Remember that passage in Psalms chapter 2, verse 8? "Ask of me, and I will give thee the heathen, the nations for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession." Jesus Christ is the heir of all things. Hebrews chapter 1, verse 2 tells us he's our beloved kinsman redeemer, and he was willing to give his life to set us free from the bondage of sin and to restore our lost inheritance. And you see this in the book of Ruth, the kinsman redeemer. Oh, my friend, I see that Christ removes the seals, and as he removes the seals, various dramatic events begin to take place. The 7th seal introduced the 7 trumpet judgments. And then when the 7th trumpet has blown, the great day of God's wrath is announced, ushering in the vile, bold judgments that brought in the climax of the wrath of God in Revelations 11 all the way through 15. It's possible that the trumpet judgments were written on one side and the scroll judgments on the other side of the scroll, the bowl judgments were written on the other side. And so this is the title deed to the earth. And I just need to remind us that first, when God created Adam and Eve, he gave them the title deed. He gave them dominion over all the earth. But when they sinned, it was as if they turned over the title deed of the earth to Satan. Remember when Jesus was tempted, Satan said to him, "If you'll fall down and worship me, I'll give you all the kingdoms of the world." Remember that. So Satan believes that he holds the title deed. But one day, my friend, I'm telling you, Jesus Christ, he's worthy to open the 7-seal scroll, the title deed to the earth, and he has purchased it with his own blood. He's the kinsman redeemer, and we'll see more about that. And so this is so exciting as we look at this scene in heaven, this 7-sealed book or scroll written on both sides, complete. I tell you, Jesus Christ is worthy to open it. And we'll be studying that in the next few days. God bless, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day.